You woke up frustrated this morning because God hasn't answered your prayers. But what if He already has 3 times before breakfast? What if the problem isn't His silence, but your attention? Here's the uncomfortable truth we don't talk about enough. God is answering your prayers constantly, but most of us are spiritually tone deaf to His voice. We're waiting for a burning bush when He's speaking through a text message. We want thunder when He's whispering through a traffic light. Today, we're going to rewind your morning and show you exactly where God was moving while you were convinced He'd gone silent. The alarm clock nobody wanted. Your alarm went off this morning. You hit snooze twice. You dragged yourself out of bed thinking, another day where nothing changes. But here's what you missed. You woke up. Your lungs filled with air. Your heart beat without permission. Your eyes opened to a world that didn't exist for you while you slept. That wasn't biology. That was mercy. That was God answering the prayer you didn't even know you prayed. Let me live another day. Lamentations chapter 3 verses 22 through 23 says this, "Because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for His compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness, new every morning. Not just on Sunday, not just when you feel spiritual. Every single morning, including this one. God's first answer to you today was life itself. The coffee shop moment you ignored. You stopped for coffee. The barista got your order wrong. You were annoyed. But then he apologized with genuine kindness. He even remade it without charging you. You thought it was customer service. But what if it was God answering your prayer from last night, the one where you asked for patience, for grace, for a reminder that people matter more than schedules? Here's what we do. We ask God to make us more like Jesus, then get frustrated when He gives us opportunities to practice. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." Every step, even the detour through the coffee shop. Even the delay that felt inconvenient. God wasn't ignoring your prayer for patience. He was answering it by teaching you patience in real time. The red light that saved your life. You hit 3 red lights in a row on the way to work. You prayed, "God, please help me get there on time." And you hit another red light. You thought He wasn't listening. But what if that red light was divine protection? What if 2 miles ahead there was an accident you didn't see? What if that unanswered prayer was actually God saying, "I love you too much to give you what you asked for"? Psalm chapter 84 verse 11 promises this, "No good thing does He withhold from those whose walk is blameless." Sometimes God's greatest answers sound like no, or wait, or not yet, because He sees what we can't. That red light wasn't rejection. It was redirection. It was love in disguise, the silence that speaks loudest. Maybe nothing dramatic happened this morning. Maybe you didn't get a sign or a miracle or a breakthrough. Maybe it was just quiet, and you took that as proof God wasn't there. But 1 Kings chapter 19 verses 11 through 12 tells us something powerful. When Elijah was searching for God, there was wind, but God wasn't in the wind. There was an earthquake, but God wasn't in the earthquake. There was fire, but God wasn't in the fire. Then came a gentle whisper. God doesn't always shout. Sometimes He whispers. Sometimes He answers through the ordinary, through the stillness, through the routine you thought was meaningless. Your quiet morning wasn't emptiness. It was presence. It was God sitting with you, answering the prayer you didn't voice, "Just be near me." Lamentations chapter 3 verses 22 to 23. God's mercies are new every morning. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 9. The Lord establishes your steps. Psalm 84 verse 11. No good thing is withheld. 1 Kings chapter 19 verse 12. God speaks in the whisper. 3 actionable steps. 1. Start a God sightings journal. Every night, write down 3 ordinary moments where you saw God's hand. It trains your spiritual vision. 2. Reframe your red lights. Next time something delays or frustrates you, pause and ask, "God, what are you protecting me from or preparing me for?" 3. Pray differently. Instead of God, answer this. Try God. Help me see how you're already answering. Shift from demanding to discerning. You woke up thinking God wasn't listening, but He was there in the alarm clock, in the coffee shop kindness, in the red light that saved you from something you'll never know about. He's been answering you all day, in the language of mercy, protection, and whispers. The question isn't whether God is speaking, it's whether you're paying attention. Tomorrow morning, before you even open your eyes, remember, His faithfulness is already there, waiting, answering, even before you ask. And maybe, just maybe, that's the greatest answer of all. So here's the question you need to sit with tonight. How many of God's answers did you miss today because you were looking for lightning instead of light? If this message changed how you see prayer, hit that like button and drop a comment. Tell us about a time you thought God was silent, but later realized He was speaking all along. And if you're loving this biblical truth for real life, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got so much more coming your way.